CyberPunk 2077's release date for all targeted platforms appears to have been revealed, and it had Stadia gamers at ease. Let's get into it.
Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Or I'm not sorry.
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K back again with another video. Do me a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, rock those bells for notifications, please, so you know when your boy's dropping these doses. I appreciate all of y'all straight up because y'all know the deal, y'all know the slogan, and y'all know the reason. I am not too proud to ask, and I want to say this. I've been on hiatus last week. You guys know I had to cut down the content a little bit because there's some things behind the scenes I got to take care of, and I wasn't able to really put out content at all last week, but do some guest appearances on some shows. But I want to thank everybody for their support, man. It means a lot to me, and a lot of that came from the Stadia community. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It kept me motivated. It made me realize that come Monday morning, right here, right now, we gotta pound the pavement. We got to come out with that content, man. We got to get back on the ball. You know what I'm saying? I didn't let all the stuff that happened last week keep me down. And thank y'all for that motivation. It means a lot to me. Okay. So here's what you see on your screen right now. And this is an article written by this fantastic young lad. His name is MM2K. Written by your boy on the broadbandbullies.com website. If you haven't seen it before, as always, I urge you guys to check it out. It is full of gaming content. Once news breaks, we're on it. And now with the plethora of Stadia news coming out there, you know what I'm saying, I'll be able to tag in more Stadia news on the site more often than not. So here is a piece that we are running today at the time of this recording in regards to CyberPunk 2077. And it's titled, CyberPunk 2077's release date page now includes Stadia. And I'm not going to go over the full article because I want you guys to go check it out and look at everything for yourself. However, what I do want to show you is this. Now, this is the homepage. This is a snippet of the homepage, right? And on it, it just had the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC insignia, and it had to date, coming September 17th, 2020, right? And you can watch the cinematic trailer. But if you scroll down now, and I made sure to highlight this part or underline it, it now has the Stadia logo on there as well. Now, with that said, is that 110% assurance that it is coming out on launch day for Stadia? Well, not necessarily, because until we get an official statement, I always err on the side of caution, like my homeboy Duncan, One to Escape, also a contributor to another great publication, which is Stadia Source. Err on the side of caution. Until you hear directly from either entity, it's not etched in stone yet. But I find it very hard to fathom that they would make such a blunder to put the insignia there under the release date. You know what I'm saying? But again, who knows? All right. So with that said, the reason why this is important is because Stadia is plagued with the moniker, y'all ain't got nothing but old games. Y'all ain't got the AAA hitters coming to the platform. You know what I'm saying? And this is kind of what Switch was going through, even though Switch really wasn't known at launch as a hardcore platform. Stadia is. It's known because it has hardcore games. At launch, people were complaining at first that, hey, I don't have any games on there that I can play with my kids. Everything is hardcore, old or not, or older or not. And then Stadia silenced that, coming out with a plethora of indie games, and a lot of them award-winning indie games like Last Word and so forth. But the moniker still remains that the games that are coming are old. These are nothing but ports, and earlier on, you're not going to get stuff day and date. And then Doom Eternal came out. And even though that was mired in controversy over resolution and things of that nature, and then Digital Foundry with their hoopla, it came day and date to the platform. And it's a very big game for 2019. You know what I'm saying? Or 2020, excuse me. Very big 2020 title. And it came day and date to the platform. So that speaks volumes, right? And it plays fantastic on the system. All right. So you had Cyberpunk 2077 that was going to come out around, that originally was slated to come out around this time, and then it got pushed back. And then there was speculation that it got pushed back because Google bought some type of exclusivity to it, and the Google version wasn't done, so they had to push it back. And I find that hard to fathom for the simple fact that Xbox has the marketing rights, right? So it's slated to come out September 17th, 2020. And it's important for Google, especially for, you can argue the biggest game of 2020 right now. You know what I'm saying? The biggest game as far as possible critical acclaim, reporting, following, and all the other stuff, right? It's Cyberpunk 2077. You cannot continue to have both occupy the same space at the same time, Google. Not getting all of the big AAA games or the big games, Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty, and for the ones that do come, they don't come day and date. Marvel's Avengers and Cyberpunk 2077. Okay. Now, I believe Marvel's Avengers, which is going to be another big game, is slated to come on the platform day and date like it is everywhere else. That needs to happen. And Cyberpunk 2077, again, arguably the biggest game of the year. It's coming to the platform, which is great, which is fantastic, but it has to come day and date. Here's why. This is going to be at least attempted to be a very action-packed, you know what I'm saying, thrills type of game. You know what I'm saying? Thrills to the nails, as they say. To get fantastic resolution, yes, you can get it on an Xbox One X, PlayStation 4, a PC, and Stadia. I think all of those will provide great visuals for this game. But here's something that Stadia and PC can provide that consoles necessarily may not be able to provide. I think that there will be a performance mode where this game will run at a flat 60 frames per second more frequently than it can on console. That Jaguar, the Jaguar CPU is a bottleneck in the consoles. And I am doubtful that it can run at high fidelity, a game like Cyberpunk that is, at 60 frames per second consistently on those consoles. PC is going to be able to run it at 60 higher, depending upon the rig. And then we all know that all games on Stadia have a performance mode which has 60 frames per second. And as developers get more and more used to the platform, the resolution looks great as well. But here's the thing that Stadia will have even over PC if it releases day and date. You can still get that great performance. You can still get great fidelity, but you ain't got to spend a whole bunch of money to do it. Just for the price of the game, and if fidelity is king to you, $10 a month, you can get Cyberpunk 2077, fantastic fidelity, on the go, no game sessions via GFN, anywhere on any screen that you want to play it on, boom goes the dynamite. And that's something that you can't even say with PC, because PC is going to have loads that Stadia is not going to have. You're going to have the flexibility of carrying it everywhere without worrying about game sessions, right? Via GFN. You're not going to have loads, and you're going to save yourself some money in the pocket because you're not going to have to make sure you got a 2080 Ti to get them 60 frames per second. You know what I'm saying? That means a lot. So again, Google, whatever you got to do, I know you may not have marketing rights, but that check better be fat, or whatever, or phone calls got to be made to ensure that this thing releases day and date on the platform, because I think this will be the biggest game as of yet in 2020 for the platform. If you guys can give access to this thing cheap, now that Stadia, the official Stadia is out there for the public, if you can make this thing cheap, if you can have your features available and there's core features in this game, and people can get that 60 frames per second performance without having to drop a whole bunch of money on a console, man, oh man, oh man, that could do wonders for the platform. So I hope that's what's coming down the pike, and that's why it's so important that it seems all apparent that this is releasing day and date on Stadia as well. And that's it from your boy MM2K. Hey, yo, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below, because like I always say, who cares what I think? But if you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. Those links will lead you to the Broadband Bullies, PNTS Network, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and yes, the Stadia Dosage. And with all that said, it's good to be back, baby. You all have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.